Tonight's broadcast of Bishop Luers basketball is brought to you by Indiana Physical Therapy. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better. Second game of our doubleheader on tap. In game one, Luers couldn't get the best of Carroll on the girls' side, 61-51 the final. Now the boys' turn. They have a go against a top 20 team in the States. Next. And we welcome you into Luers Gym alongside Michael Kivalowski. I'm Jack McMullen. How fun is this, right? I hope you're feeling hydrated, replenished after that girls' game, but now we've got a heck of a game and a heck of a matchup between two fantastic guards, Jalen Jackson, Naylon Thompson.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an incredible girls' game here to start. A lot of energy on both sides going back and forth. Now I really look forward to this guys' game between two really good teams, a really good team in Carroll, an up-and-coming Luers squad that has some really nice pieces. So it'll be really, really fun. I know Luers got the best of Carroll last year in this game, so we'll see what Carroll can bring back.
We'll be back in a moment. This is the Never Ends Sports Network production of Bishop Luers basketball. The Bishop Luers Knights have not taken the floor since December 29th. That changes tonight. Just another chance to see Naylon Thompson go to work, Michael.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing how much he's grown from last year to this year. Really excited to see that matchup of him and Jalen Jackson on the Carroll side, and two really good players, two elite players in the city of Fort Wayne. This is going to be fun.
Let's talk about the 2 and 3 for Carroll, because Jalen Jackson, I'm sure we'll do plenty of talking about him during the game. Ryan Preston, Sam Stryker, those are two fantastic complementary pieces to what Jackson brings to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And a guy like Sam Stryker, who's a big body guy that plays inside, can step out and shoot the three from the outside, creates a really nice aspect for Jalen Jackson to be able to drive and dump it off to him at times. Then you got a guy like Ryan Preston, who's shooting 53% from the three-point field. That is a tremendous percentage, whether that's high school, college, or the pros.
Pros, you're making $30 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're Luers, you got to make sure you're looking out for that and know that to make sure that you get a hand up on him at all times.
And Naylon's got some help carrying the load, right? With his younger brother, Nick Thompson, averaging 9 a game, and those two push each other like all get out, but they also have a blast while doing it.
Yeah, they do, and it's going to be cool to watch the two brothers play with each other. I know that's probably pretty special for them to have that chance. And Naylon's last go around here in high school this year, and he wants to go out with a bang, and this is going to be a fun one.
The head coach of the Carroll Chargers is Marty Beasley in his 16th season. This guy wins, and does a little bit more winning as well. He will run out the 5 of Jalen Jackson, Ryan Preston, Sam Stryker, Cody Berkey, and Cameron Hedgecock. And then Fonzo White in his 3rd season at the helm of the Bishop Luers Knights. Guy commutes every single day from Indianapolis. Hey, he's doing God's work doing that.
Yeah, he really is. And that Luers has found something special in him for a guy like him to make that commitment of that hour and a half, 2-hour drive every single day in the winter time to drive up 69 to be here at Luers. That takes a special type of person, and hats off to Coach White for doing that and staying loyal to these guys here.
You don't have many checkpoints along 69, like Vera Bradley when you get out of Fort Wayne, and then like maybe Yorktown, but like there's not many places to stop off and get a quick fill up, maybe a Diet Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah, there isn't. So yeah, it's once he hits the road from Indianapolis, it's, hey, I better have water or my Diet Pepsi in the car and get there in 2 hours.
He is here. He's ready to go. Carroll, the Chargers enter at 7-1, 2-0 in the SEC, and we're underway in the nightcap.
Be interesting to see who controls the tempo to start this game out. Kind of sets that tone of how this will start for them.
Nayland Thompson looks to facilitate. Calling for his brother Nick to help him out. A dribble handoff around the floor. IHSAA gets the start today. And it's quickly picked off. Berkey flips it, and it's over the end line. It'll stay Carroll basketball.
This is where Carroll executes at a high level, is these little set plays on out of bounds, and even in the half court.
Jackson back out. Striker draws a reach-in foul. It was Omari Bates that got his hand in.
Yeah, you're gonna want to stay down. I mean, he is a shooter, but he lunged at him and foul's drawn.
Striker 4 for 10 from beyond the arc.
Looks like Nayland's going to draw Jalen to start this game and try to hold him in check, so that'll be interesting to see, how well he does. You're going to need a big body, athletic body on Jalen Jackson, so Coach White off to that.
Berkey from the elbow. Breaks the seal a minute into the game. Carroll up 2-0. Check in at number 15, regardless of class in the state of Indiana. Number 4 in the Fort Wayne metro area. Empty possession shot was put up by Nayland Thompson, but now his brother Nick kicks it off to Nayland. Puts in his first 2 of the day.
Yeah, that shows a little bit of the scrappiness. Nayland got in there and kind of forced up a shot, a 1-on-3, and Carroll got the board, but he was able to get his hand in there and tip it away and come up with it. That's the type of style that, Luers wants to play with a little bit.
We're going to get a stoppage in play. The officials will examine the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Might be ripping at one of the seams.
Yeah.
You get a fresh pearl. I saw it in the background.
That's a great eye by the ref there to notice that on the fly.
I've seen doctored baseballs, not doctored basketballs.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think it was doctored.
Usually they inspect that ball before tip-off, so they didn't catch it there, but they caught it during action. Now the refs always have a little deflating device. If a ball's too pumped up, they can deflate it a little bit.
I had no idea they had a deflating device.
Yeah.
All right, so it's up to standard now.
Hey, these kids, that doesn't matter what type of basketball they play with, whether it's bumped up to 40 PSI or 10 PSI, they just want to play.
Ball hits the deck. Thompson fishes it out. And in transition, Lucas North feeds to a banging Omari Bates, who's called for the charge. Quick 2 fouls picked up by Bates, and we'll get a substitution for him.
Yeah, just put his head down and try to take a bull dribble right through a guy instead of just kind of rising up right there.
Johnny Sewell will check in, give Bates a breather. Omari Bates, if he can grow a couple more inches, he can be incredibly special, according to head coach Fonzo White.
Yeah, transferred from Snyder over to Luers during the offseason, and he does got some potential for his body size and athleticism, but you got to be able to put in the work yourself individually to get there.
On the wing, Jackson. Off back iron, rebound by Hedgecock. Inside, fight for the basketball. Last touch off of Luers. How common are transfers in the Fort Wayne metro area? Because I see like 1 or 2 per team.
Yeah, unfortunately it's becoming more of a trend here over the course of the last 5 years. And that, to me, that's unfortunate. You grow up in Carroll District, stay in Carroll District. But, a lot of teams poach.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I guess it's not, it is what it is, apparently. And I know Carroll has lost some players come up and coming and lost them to some area teams. And, you look at a team like Homestead this year, and they've got a kid coming from up in Clarkston, Michigan, and Fletcher Lawyer. So like it happens. I think it's today's day and age, to be honest.
We'll get into Homestead a little bit later in the game because that's a team that I do want to talk about. Luers has already seen Homestead, and Homestead ran him out of the gym like they will to every team in the state.
Yeah,
but John Sewell ties it at 4.
Yeah, that's a nice little dump down there and able to get that bucket to go. And
Sam Stryker collects in the corner, who had that 2-point blank. Berkey can't hit. Hedgecock with the rebound. Stryker straight away. Left it short. He's so strong, Sam Stryker. He's got endless bounce in his legs. He can go up, down, and he can drive. Doesn't look like anybody has the body, the physique to stop Stryker when he's trying to get to the bucket tonight.
No, yeah. He looks – I don't think there's anybody, you're right, out there that can match him physicality-wise. So I expect if he gets the ball down low, I expect the bucket to be made just because of pure strength.
And Marty Beasley, the head coach of the Carroll Chargers, said that Stryker, one of the best passers he's ever had come through, and he's been there for 16 years. Straight away, 3 from Zay, off front iron. Jackson pushes with some tempo, lefty layup, home with some contact.
Yeah, real nice, strong move, finish there by Jackson.
Now we run, Sewell blocked from behind. Preston was the one that got a paw on the basketball. Sewell tracked it to the baseline. Last touch off number 2 in Whites.
Yeah, nice no-look pass there by Nayland Thompson to get it down to him.
Nelson Kanapke, a football guy, one of the many football guys for Luers, who had a tremendous football season, got all the way to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, they did a predominant program around here too. They do a really nice job and good community for that football team. And I know Coach White is trying to, steal some of that magic from the football team and get it into the basketball team. And
he's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
One of the best, maybe the best wide receiver on that team is the sophomore Nick Thompson, handling the basketball now. Thompson, 220 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns on the gridiron. We get a foul as Nick drove hard into the lane. Carroll's an incredibly disciplined basketball team. They started the season on a 6-game win streak. Their only loss has come to Adams High School in South Bend. And Adams is the number 5 team in the States. Reverse lay-in, good by Sewell. Ties the game at 6.
Yeah, that's you're right. Carroll is always extremely disciplined. Coach Beasley has a system that he runs, and the kids do a really good job of running it, and that makes them very. You can scout all you want against them, and you got to get them out of their comfort zone to beat them.
Thompson to the free throw line. There's an open Sewell right wing, didn't see him. Luers likes to push in transition in the half court. It works through Nayland Thompson, but Nelson Kanapke puts up a 3 that's no good. Now quickly the other way. Inside, Stryker. Up over 2, counted in the foul.
Yeah, beautiful move, being able to get him on the pump fake and up and under there. You got to stay down. Don't fall for the fakes.
He's going to be so hard to stop today for Luers defensively. Sam Stryker, stronger than most, and soft with the touch.
One thing he is strong, but one thing that separates him is he can jump pretty high too.
Yeah,
and that makes a huge difference when you're playing down low.
That's squats, right? That's high weight squats.
Absolutely.
2:55 remain in the opening quarter. It's 8-6. Carroll with the lead over Luers. Carroll comes in at 7-1. Luers at 2-3. Knights fans, if you want to see more Bishop Luers basketball, be sure to help sponsor the Knights and the Never End Sports Network. If you want to sponsor Bishop Luers broadcasts, you should contact the athletic director of the Knights, Kevin Godfroy, at 260-456-1261. We're lucky to bring you these games on the Never End Sports Network, especially with Luers, a great partnership with this high school. And they've got a chance to make some noise in the Fort Wayne metro area with a win or a competitive game against Luers.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got a three-way tie up there at the first place in the SAC, but with Homestead and Snyder going at it tonight, so one of them will separate. But then you look at Luers, who's just 0-1 in the conference, but you get a win here, and all of a sudden you're right there in the top 5, top 4, and it brings Carroll down. So they could really mix and shake some things up here.
And they got some cancellations to make up. They've got some games to get back.
Absolutely.
Blocking foul called on Lucas North. So
yeah,
Jalen Jackson.
They will. And that's one thing too that'll come. You know, as their season goes on, they're going to get some, I guess, quote unquote, games jammed into there, and you know, that'll be fun for them, and you know, to be able to play a lot of games at the end of the year. It gets you back in that. It gets you in that rhythm. You want to play your best basketball going into the postseason, and they'll have that chance.
It's been a really front-loaded schedule for Luers, which could partially explain their 2-3 record. Kanapke goes in with reckless abandon, but he picks it up on the attempt to pass back out. Carroll picked it off. And the Chargers can get into a half-court set. Not needed. Striker, hard count it.
Really, he's really come out aggressive here, and it seems like Luers doesn't have a match for him to start this game.
He's setting the tempo. He's setting the tone for this game. Lost it, and the aerial adjustment led to 2, possibly 3. The 3 losses for Luers to this point have come to 3 top 10 teams in the States. Leo was number 9 in the state. That was their first loss. Second was against that number 2 Homestead team that we were talking about. That was a Never End Sports Network broadcast. And then Cathedral, number 4 in Indiana. They've got the number 6 team overall in Blackhawk Christian coming in tomorrow. And Fonzo White said after these 2 games against Carroll and Blackhawk Christian, we should figure out our identity. We should know who we are. Jackson in transition, smooth.
Yeah, you know, and you look at those losses, and it's tough. You don't want to lose any game. But I tell you what, those 3 losses to those 3 teams is going to make this team so much better come down the stretch here and at the end of January and February leading into March. You learn so much more from losing than you do from winning. And I know Coach White has reflected upon those losses. They've probably watched film numerous times to correct mistakes that they made in those games and prepare them to play some tough opponents.
And I think Fonzo White might be the last person to try and schedule an easy road for his side. But Jackson in transition again. It's a 2-horse race, Striker and Jackson.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's extremely good. His body, Jalen Jackson's his body, speed that he has, and control, it's been really impressive here to start.
Built and controlled bodies, Jalen Jackson, Sam Striker.
And only a junior.
Jackson's a junior.
It's amazing. He's
Jackson drawing some D1 interest, according to Marty Beasley. He will certainly play college basketball.
Yeah, I know he got hurt at the end of last year, and you know, AU season always, you know, affected a little bit with COVID. So, you know, if he has a really strong junior campaign here and then has a really nice AAU summer, you could expect to see a lot of interest drawing from him.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's scoring in bunches.
Yeah, know him a little bit personally, and just a great kid overall, really well behaved, and has that basketball mind where that's all he thinks and all he wants to do. And as any type of college coach, you look for that in kids is, you know, how much are they going to put the work in on their own? And he is a type of kid that would.
And when you hear great kid about somebody, the higher level you're starting to look to play at the next level, the more that matters. Yeah. Character at the Division I level is seriously taken into account.
Absolutely it is. Yeah, your character is a huge aspect to have.
After 1, Carroll up 12. It's 18-6 from Fort Wayne on the south side. Luers down 12, but there's plenty of basketball left on the Never End Sports Network.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top % nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapist, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Back at the Lou, Bishop Luers and Carroll doing action. The Chargers have jumped out to an early lead, 18-6. And Carroll is one of the three unblemished at the top of the SAC. Everybody's looking up at number 2, Homestead. They're so darn good. You mentioned Fletcher Lawyer coming from Clarkston, Michigan to Homestead, the Purdue commit. Luke Goody's as good as anybody in the state of Indiana, and he's going to a heck of a program in Illinois next year.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun team to watch. I hope to try to get to at least one of their games, or even watch it, a stream. But that is one team that you really it's hard to scout for, and it's hard to prepare for a team like that because not only have Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer, but they got a couple other players that are really good.
Into the corner, 3 is no good. Rebound to Nick Thompson and Luers. Brad Underwood has an identity. It's run and gun at U of I, and Goody fits the mold of that.
He does, and you can see, I've seen some pictures and even some people talk about it. He's really transformed his body over the summer, too, to get a lot stronger.
Missed layup, but it results in a Carroll offensive rebound, and they will reset the offense. Jumped down in large part due to the dynamic duo of Jalen Jackson and Sam Stryker. The latter pops a triple. It's out of bounds. You know, you just think that the best teams in the state of Indiana will come from the Indianapolis area as an outsider. But Fort Wayne has some incredible basketball teams here with Carroll, Homestead, and Snyder's really solid this year too.
Yeah, they do. I think Fort Wayne, some people outside of the city underestimate the basketball. I think there's really good basketball inside the city, and I think they beat each other up.
Yeah.
So that when it does come sectional, a lot of the teams are in the same sectional.
Right.
So you don't. It's hard to get out of it. No, you get it. Indianapolis teams are the same way. Your sectionals are set up where there are some sectionals where there's some really good teams all in one, and only one team is going to make it out. You know, that stuff happens. But there are. I mean, we're watching one tonight in Carroll. Very good team, very good program. And then you look at a team like Homestead coming in, very, very well coached as well. Got some great players. And Snyder, a team that lost a lot last year, came into this year with a lot of people weren't expecting them to get off to the 3-0 start they are. They were projected, in the bottom half of the league. And here they are, 3-0 start, and a chance to knock the best team off in the city tonight at home. And good luck to Coach Roush, who I coached with there for a couple years, and good luck to his team tonight. I know he's extremely well prepared for Homestead. He puts in a lot of work, but it doesn't matter the amount of preparation you do for a team like that. It does matter, but sometimes the players they just make plays are too good. An example like that with Jalen Jackson.
Nayland Thompson skied to alter the shot. Empty trip. Davon Dowdy had it, and he goes crashing the floor. Went a little bit too quick for his own feet. Lucas North will reset for Luers and get it into the hands of Nayland Thompson. On the short list of 1,000-point scorers at Bishop Luers. Floats it no good.
Yeah, accomplished that 1,000 points this year, and that's a neat aspect or a neat thing to accomplish as a high school kid.
No look pass into the corner for Zay.
I think that's one thing that's underestimated about Nayland's game. Everybody knows that he can score the ball, but one thing that's underestimated is his passing ability. And you saw it right there on a no-look pass from the wing to the corner. He is really good at making some no-look passes and some passes that you're like, how the heck did he see them?
Right.
So I think that's one thing that a lot of college coaches have looked at, and even coaches around this area have seen are that his ability to make passes, which also makes him a extremely dynamic type of player and hard to guard.
Game just works a tick slower for him, and you feel like it works a tick slower for Jalen Jackson and Sam Stryker on Carroll's side, but Nayland's getting interest. He's got offers from IUPUI and Cleveland State's.
Yeah, it does. It yeah, as a good player, it does. There's a tick. It is a tick slower for you, and you're able to see everything a little bit more clear than other people.
Berkey can't hit, and he's going to slow the game down a tick for everybody else.
Yeah, Luers needs to settle into this game and get a couple easy baskets. It seems like they're forcing a little bit too much once they get into the half court, and they're not running their stuff or getting into transition like they want to.
Nick Thompson walked with it. John Sewell will come provide some relief. Lucas North will check out. Stryker back into the game for Carroll. So the starting 5 for the Chargers. 4 of the 5 for Luers. Sewell, spelling North, is the only change. Jackson spins to a 2-footer, left it right. Dowdy to Sewell, and now they'll reset. The opportunities haven't really been there for Luers, it feels like.
No, and Carroll makes that tough. There's an opportunity there.
And Bates gets fouled.
Yeah, Carroll makes it tough with the defense they play, the pack line defense, so it's hard to – Luers wants to use a dribble drive. Carroll plays a pack line, so it's hard to – each one negates each other, pretty much. So especially the pack line, so it's hard to dribble a drive on a pack line, and you can see Carroll's done a nice job with that to start the game to be able to stop that.
So Virginia has brought the pack line to national prominence.
Yeah.
How do you beat the pack line? Hard. It's hard.
Well, I think you try to exploit it in the full court.
Okay.
Okay, so like a team like Luers, you want to get out and run in transition, right? So any miss you have, or any miss that you get on Carroll, you want to beat them down the floor before they can get their defense set. So you are playing hard transition offense. But another way in the half court to beat them is you got to be really diligent on getting movement without the ball. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can create a dribble drive, but you need to create movement where the defense is moving, so that creates gaps to drive.
Jackson was fouled on his way up, and Jalen Jackson, who's a 72% free throw shooter, will be at the line for the first time tonight. It was a 10-point loss for Luers in the girls' game, just ahead of this to Carroll. Now the boys down 11. Carroll getting the bulk of their scoring from the guy at the charity stripe, and then the one on the left block, Sam Stryker.
Yeah, you see it right there. Luers got a...
Thompson connects, and one.
Luers got a rebound, and you could hear Coach White yell, go, 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 and that's what you need to do. You need to get that rebound and get out in transition so you can beat that pack line that keeps getting set up, and they did a nice job there. Nayland ended up getting it out and going and creating a foul for an and one.
Fonzo White told me ahead of the game that they have three levels of transition that they want to run. It's either a controlled break where you're slowing it down and you're playing a lot of half-court basketball, situational transition game, and total transition, which is where he wants to be, not necessarily what the game dictates.
Yeah, so how he talks about like situational transition. It's not every time you get the ball is just to rush it up the floor, right? So like an instance like right there in the free throw, they early get the rebound and Carroll still had 2 guys underneath, but Luers had 4 out front. Well, now you've got a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-4. We'll take advantage of those numbers.
Counted for Ryan Preston. He will be at the line to shoot one more. Preston had been very quiet, averaging 11 a game. There's a chance for point number 3 in the early goings of this one. Carroll, the blackjack, Thompson pops from the elbow. Rebound to Preston. Loses it. Nailing in transition. Goes up, throws it down.
Wow.
Showtime, Nayland Thompson.
That is something that everybody wanted to see here. So that is nice job by Nayland. Let's see if that can ignite the Luers team to get out to a run here.
I said to you before this game, I want to see a dunk. Gave
And
it
he
to
did.
me.
Yeah, that wasn't just a dunk. That was a flush. That was really nice.
Thanks, Nayland. Into the corner. Berkey takes it to the mid-range.
See now they're playing with a little bit more energy here on the defensive end. And
It's crazy what a jam can do.
yeah.
This is the one-on-one matchup you were keying in on pregame. Jalen Jackson, Nayland Thompson. They take it to the left side. Now to the low post and a push on Nayland.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, you did such a great job on defense there initially. Then you make a foul like that. You just, as a coach, you're just be disciplined with it.
1-1 bonus. Jalen Jackson.
Carroll's in the bonus. Front end is good. Immediate gratification for the 7-1 at Carroll Chargers, who are in action tomorrow at New Haven. Tomorrow, Luers at Blackhawk Christian, number 1 in Class 2A. It's at 7:30 p.m. Chargers up 11. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Zay leaves it short. Thompson the offensive rebound. Nailing guarded by Preston.
Yeah, he's got to learn just to kick that one to the wing right there. He tried to dump it down underneath when there's 3 guys in front of him, but he had a guy wide open on the wing. He dumps that to the wing, that's an open 3.
Right, it felt like nothing was really developing, but you had a chance to start swinging around the perimeter, right? And wait for something to happen versus you've got 3 Chargers in the lane waiting for you because they know you're coming in, right?
Yeah, and you gotta, and it's tough. I mean, as a player, as a caliber that Nayland is, you know, you're down 11. You want to get your team back into it. You feel some responsibility with it. But if you just let the game come to yourself, let the game come to your teammates, make the easy plays, easy passes, it'll get you right back in there.
Right, and you feel like you want to go takeover mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jalen Jackson with a 2 for 2, trip to the charity stripe. Amari Bates will check in for Johnny Sewell.
Johnny Rudolph. Number 22, Amari Bates.
Charlie Rudolph will also make his first appearance of the game for Carroll. Nick pops a mid-range.
Nice looking stroke there.
Nick Thompson.
Nick and Nayland Thompson, the dynamic duo, are the 2 leading scorers for Bishop Luers so far this year. And we get a charge. Nayland threw it. Jalen Jackson hit with a foul.
He was setting up for it. As soon as Jalen got the ball, you knew in his mind that's what he was doing. His hands went straight up. He didn't move. And as soon as Jalen hit him, he was going to fall. You know what I'm going to say? I think the refs fell for that. That's just a post move. Grab that ball here, and we see it on the replay. Yeah, that's.
I actually prefer the shower towel to the squeegee that the college level has. Minute to go in the first half. Carroll up 11. To the short corner. Nick to Nayland. Fonzo White said there's brotherly love there, but there's so much competitive fire between the two. Ball's tipped in for 2. I don't know who they'll give the point to. Likely Nayland Thompson, but
Yeah, I can attest to that a little bit too. I've got a younger brother, and I remember him and I all the time, just out in the yard, on the court in the yard, just always going at it, and even in practices sometimes. And we love each other, but yeah, there's always that sibling rivalry. We wanted to beat each other, and whatever it was.
Coach White was telling us that they'll set up where Nick is on one side of a scrimmage, Nayland is on the other, and it almost feels like the lost tapes of the Dream Team scrimmage between Magic and MJ.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch and see how they go at it in a scrimmage like that.
Dribble and Nayland. Thompson will take the final shot of the first half. Starts to work with 5. Trapped, loses the ball. Rolling away, shot at the buzzer. So close.
Great effort there on Carroll's part.
We hit halftime with Carroll up by 9, 25-16. But the play of the game belongs to Nayland Thompson of the Knights. Steal and flush for 2.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top % nationally.
Are you
Our
getting
staff
any
is
of this?
comprised of certified orthopedic manual therapists, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For over 30 years, we've treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. Schedule at any of our 19 convenient locations, even without a doctor's order. We communicate with your doctor throughout your treatment. Indiana Physical Therapy is cost-effective, accepting all insurance plans and networks. We're open from 7 to 7 and can get you in the same day you call. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Polypro is more than some water epoxy spray-on. Our multi-stage process bonds to the surface and carries a 15-year warranty. Polypro is more than just spray and go. We'll prepare, grind, and patch the surface before we start. And Polypro is more than just 1 or 2 color options. Choose from a variety of designer colors and know that we'll leave the site clean, beautiful, and 100% antibacterial and antimicrobial. You want more out of your garage, patio, basement, or commercial space, and Polypro gives you more. Call for your free estimate or to schedule for summer.
Hi, my name's Tom Schuler. I'm a senior here at Bishop Luers. Welcome, let me show you around.
Bishop Luers High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana has become one of the premier academic institutions in Northeast Indiana.
What I like about Luers, well, I like that it's really small compared to other high schools, and I think that's really great because you get like one-on-one attention with a teacher.
Bishop Luers, when I was coming into here, I was a bit nervous just because of everything, but I did come from a feeder school, and I came from St. John's, and it was really just like nerve-wracking because like I was scared that I wasn't gonna meet new people and I was just gonna be like all lonely in the hallways and everything. But when you're coming into Luers, you have to see that it's actually a family. You're not just another face in the hallway. You're like, they make you feel like you're somebody, and they actually want to push you. All the teachers want to see you do your best, and they prepare you for everything that you're going to be looking forward to in the future.
Our students are made aware of what it means to serve others in our community and not just do their own thing. Our students know the importance of reaching out and helping those around them.
The academic rigor at Bishop Luers High School is unparalleled. Students may choose from advanced placement, dual credit, honors and academic classes in a wide variety of areas. Students are given every opportunity to succeed, and the staff work to ensure that students get the help they need to grow and move forward. The faculty are dedicated and committed to ensuring the success of every student. Technology is integrated into learning, guaranteeing that remote learning is possible, outfitting every student with a laptop, and working to ensure every student has internet access at home. If students need special learning support, Bishop Luers has the solutions to help. Athletics is often a critical part of the high school experience, and Bishop Luers has excelled with its athletic programs for decades. Opportunities for athletic participation are great, and many students participate in more than one sport. The size of the school offers student athletes opportunities to play on teams where they can excel and learn the importance of Christian character, conduct, athletic achievement, leadership, and respect for teammates and opponents.
You know, if you look up at here in the gym and you see all these banners, we've got a lot of state championships crossing from girls basketball to volleyball to boys basketball, football, baseball. What Luers athletics has meant to me and to those hopefully in our building right now is that it brings a sense of community, a sense of togetherness.
The arts are celebrated at Bishop Luers High School and extracurricular opportunities abound. In fact, more than 4 out of 5 students at Bishop Luers participate in one or more activities in their high school career.
Here at Bishop Luers High School, as you can see, we're in our newly renovated band room. We have an strong instrumental program. We also have music appreciation, applied music, piano keyboard classes. We have 3 levels of choir, plus an award-winning show choir.
And while every school claims to have school spirit, the Luers spirit is special and like no other. It's not just a motto, it's a feeling that encircles you with warmth and acceptance. It's a family feeling where all are welcomed, accepted, nurtured, and appreciated. Bishop Luers prides itself on diversity of backgrounds, talents, and interests, and an atmosphere of mutual respect, support, and camaraderie.
Coming into Bishop Luers, you should look forward to a lot of people helping you around. It's like a family here. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone is willing to help everyone. So it feels like home, really.
And it's just easy to talk to your counselors. Your counselors know you by name. All the teachers know you by name, even if you haven't had them as a class, which is really good.
So as you consider where to attend high school, you should consider Bishop Luers. Outstanding academic standards, combined with sports and extracurricular activities, all supported by a foundation of Catholic principles. The experience as a student is special and prepares you to succeed throughout your high school years and beyond.
I would encourage any student who is thinking about coming to Bishop Luers to come and visit. Give us a try. Set up a date for a tour or a shadow visit with another student. Bring your family. We'd love for people to be in our building and to see who we truly are and experience what Bishop Luers is all about.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and run.
Polypro is more than some water epoxy spray-on. Our multi-stage process bonds to the surface and carries a 15-year warranty. Polypro is more than just spray and go. We'll prepare, grind, and patch the surface before we start. And Polypro is more than just 1 or 2 color options. Choose from a variety of designer colors and know that we'll leave the site clean, beautiful, and 100% antibacterial and antimicrobial. You want more out of your garage, patio, basement, or commercial space, and Polypro gives you more. Call for your free estimate or to schedule for summer.
Back for the second half between Bishop Luers and Carroll. Luers down by 9, 25-16 for Carroll High School. It was the dynamic duo, the junior Jalen Jackson and the senior forward Sam Stryker, that got it done early.
Yeah. Jalen got it started early on the defensive end, was able to get a couple steals out in transition, as you can see here, and really strong athletic body, just kind of takes it to the rim and easy going. And another guy, Sam Stryker, is really performed well tonight, being able to get to the bucket like that, draw an and one. 20 of their 25 points coming from Stryker and Jackson.
Good news is Luers didn't back down, and they hung around, and it was in large part highlighted because of the play of Nayland Thompson, as usual.
Yeah, did a really nice job of late here in the first half. You see here getting a steal and then throwing it down right there. Really nice job on his part, but I expect him to come out really aggressive this half, being down 9. He's got to be a focal point for Luers on the offensive end, along with his brother Nick, to get Luers kind of going offensively here in the second half.
What does Reggie Miller say? That was your Kodak moment. That was Nayland Thompson's Kodak moment, and he likely has a chance for 4 more years worth of Kodak moments. IUPUI and Cleveland State have shown enough interest to offer him a Division I scholarship.
Yeah, congrats to Nayland on those 2 offers. 2 good programs, and I know it's special when you get your first Division I offers and being able to sit there and evaluate and make the decision on which fits best for him. And I hopefully with COVID, the COVID world, he's able to take a visit maybe to each of them and just see the campus, because that is a big thing when you go to college, is to play basketball, especially, is to make sure that atmosphere of that school fits your personality.
He should visit IUPUI in March. They are one of the host schools for the NCAA tournament. And one, good. That's Amari Bates inside.
Yeah, that is awesome that the tournament's coming to the state of Indiana. As a former high school player in Indiana, grew up in Indiana, played college basketball in Indiana, that is something that every fan, every person in the state should be excited about.
Well, you know Indiana. You know how basketball is blood here. Last touch off Nick Thompson. It'll be Carroll basketball. You know, a lot of people around the country have seen Hoosiers, but I don't think they understand what football is to Texas, basketball is to the state of Indiana.
Yeah, it is. And that, just those college kids who play, you know, your Purdue Fort Waynes, your Ball States, Notre Dames, Butlers, Purdue, IUPUI, you know, that's their, like, hey, man, we could play in the NCAA tournament in Indiana.
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that for them, just those in-state colleges to play for it, let alone, you know, I know all these coaches at the college level that play basketball in Indiana is a really cool thing too. So it's going to be cool for everybody and really cool for the state and the city of Indianapolis.
Berkey feeds the corner. Preston lost it and he walked. Well, it was a double dribble.
Yeah, double dribble, travel. You could probably call it either one there. You got he made a spin and lost it, got it back, dribbled it, so shuffled his feet at the same time, but
Nayland's got it on a yo-yo. Straight away, Lucas North thought about it. Chaotic layup, no good. Rebound by Jalen Jackson. Pushes the pace. Euro step inside, can't finish.
Yeah, nice move to evade the defender and just wasn't able to get it up there and finish it.
Isaac Zay has it poked out. Berkey on the defense. Thompson posted up. And Luers will reset. To Nick Thompson, who lost it. Almost saved on the baseline by Hedgecock, but too little, too late. Luers comes into the game at 2-3, 0-1 in the SAC. Carroll 2-0 in conference play and 7-1 overall. Winners of their first 6, and North answers.
Yeah, Coach Beasley isn't very happy about that one. They just a simple out-of-bounds play. They leave a guy open for a 3. That's just, under Coach Beasley, that's just unacceptable.
So naturally, we get somebody go to the scorer's table.
Yep, right on cue.
Stryker, an elbow jumper.
That's a nice move. One dribble pull up and able to elevate right there at that elbow and sinks it.
Thompson flings to the free throw line. Bates bullies in, met by 2. He's got an open man in the corner, gets it to him on a bit of a delay, but Zay's mid-range jumper is home.
Yeah, nice jumper there on Zay. Bates was able to find him and knock it down.
Jackson hits the deck.
Luers climb themselves into this game here.
Lost the ball, last touch Luers. Physicality's up by Luers in the first couple of minutes of this second half. Zach Castater enters for for Carroll, pardon, gives Jalen Jackson a breather. And Devon Dowdy will spell Lucas North for a moment. Swung around the arc. Berkey lost the basketball. He's frustrated.
Luers has turned it up defensively, being able to get in their gaps, being able to take some passes away, some deflections, and
that can force unforced errors.
Yeah, and that was one right there. They get the ball in. They're trying to run their baseline out of bounds. The pressure kind of forced Carroll out from getting it, executing it right away. Because on baseline out of bounds, you get the ball in, boom. It's your one shot to get that shot off on that play, and it took him a little bit. And Luers took him out of it, and that was evident with the turnover.
Thompson with a pull-up three. No, it's a long two. Still brings Luers within a possession of a top 20 team in the States. Hedgecock inside. Can't get it, rebound, fought for and won by Amari Bates. Nailing a Nick, hard inside, can't get it to go.
Yeah, you got it. That's a great aggressive take on Nick Thompson's part, though. Got an out transition, he tacked the glass hard. Credit Carroll striker for being able to just stand there and wall up and not give in on any, as we've talked about earlier, hands coming down,
right,
putting his body into him to draw a foul. So nice job on Striker's part.
Striker 6'4", 225. He looks like a linebacker. Into the corner. No good. Offensive board, Striker. He'll shoot two.
Buzzer number 4, IHSAA, his first, team second. Shooting 2, Sam Striker.
Sam Striker averaging 10 and 7. Free throw gets him to 11.
Nick Thompson back in the ballgame for Luers.
Nick Thompson checked out for 2 free throws.
Quick break.
Very.
And sometimes maybe that's a coach just making a point to him by coming out and getting him back in that quick. There are some coaches around the area that do that, and it's just. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that could be a possibility.
Thompson's 3 was long. On the other end, Preston gets it over Nayland, who slipped. Luers brought it to 2. Carroll extends to 6. Give and go feed. Dowdy high off the window and home.
Nice give and go there, and able to get it to go.
Kick out. Striker's 3. No good. Hedgecock grabs the board. Inside, denied by Amari Bates. Back to the elbow. Jumper no good from Charlie Rudolph.
Yeah, nice defensive effort there on Luers after not being able to collect the defensive board.
Nayland falling a blocking foul as he flipped it up. Will this be on the shot?
Oh, yeah, he did call it on the shot. Be interesting to see how long Coach Beasley leaves Jalen Jackson out here for. He's been out for a couple minutes, and I expect him to get back in here soon, and he's a difference maker out there. So
Nayland Thompson's first free throw is home.
Nayland's turned it up here in the second half too. He's been very aggressive, offensively and defensively.
He's never afraid to take it within 3-4 guys.
No, he's not. And a player like him is special with the way his move, like he can move around the defenders pretty easily too. So you kind of live with that. As a coach, you really don't want him to, but he's really good at getting around them. So you let him do it.
Swing pass to Striker. Into Hedgecock. Extra feed is a beauty.
Movement without the basketball there created that layup.
That's how you beat the pack line if you're Luers.
Yeah.
Learn from Carroll. Save on the sideline. No. Couple of substitutions. There's the guy you were talking about, Jalen Jackson, back into the game. And see number 45 in blue there? That's
big guy.
6 foot 8 inches of man, Logan Lankenau. Straight away, 3 is up. No good. Lankenau with the offensive rebound and a second chance. It's amazing what height can do. And his arms may never end, too.
No, that's just the guy being bigger than the other guy, being able to just get it and score it. Little interesting 2-3 zone here for Carroll. You don't see that very often. So,
seriously.
Maybe it's
all punched out. Nice defense from Zach Castater. And on cue, Castater is out, striker in. John Sewell will check out. 2-3 zone, you've got a couple of soft spots. You can get to the free throw line or the wing threes.
Yeah, and you see right.
Step back and a 3 is home for Nayland Thompson.
Or you do that.
Or you can do that.
You can just give the ball to your best player and let him make a play.
Striker nearly slipped on the elbow. Pass into the corner, deflected off the rim. Line drive pass. Offensive
Striker's
board.
extremely active here. Man.
Insane.
Yeah, very active on the glass and the passing game. Defensively, like he's you can tell he's between him and Jackson being the leaders of this team that they have that winning attitude and blood in them right now.
Striker's been the most impactful player on the floor tonight.
Yeah, he's
Thompson from the elbow.
Yeah, Striker's been really good tonight. He's shown some. I know he's missed a couple threes, but he can knock it down. But active inside. You saw right there, gets to the top of the key, drives and passes it.
Dowdy on Jackson, reach in on Devon Dowdy.
I don't know. That's a tough matchup to have, is to guard Jalen Jackson one-on-one from the half-court line. That's very tough to do.
It's even tougher to stay in front.
Yeah.
So I understand that, especially when you kind of have them isolated with the rest of the Chargers on the left side. Maybe a reach-in is better than letting Jackson take it to the cup.
Yeah, especially when it got in that deep. You only had 2 fouls as a team.
Striker's got a handle. Inside, Lankenau loses it. Picked up by Bates. Nick to Nayland. He's hot!
He's getting it going here.
1-point game at Luers. Regardless of class, Carroll is the number 15 team in the state of Indiana. They are on the ropes and a walk by Striker.
Yeah, I expect to 8 seconds here. You expect Nayland to get something going.
Got to put it up. Step back. 3. No good.
Oh, he's feeling it, so you kind of live with the play like that. Coach White wanted something to happen offensively, but Nayland was having it going, so kind of let him go.
You understand a heat check, right? But Nayland Thompson was on fire in the third, brought Luers within 1. Heck of a fourth quarter coming up next.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top percent nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapist, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
We got a game at the Lou. Luers is not accustomed to being with Carroll, but last year they were. Carroll's got a sour taste in their mouth, according to Marty Beasley. He said that 11-point loss just didn't really sit well, even though they had the series advantage. And Carroll getting fits caused by Luers again tonight.
Yeah, it was, last year that was, at Carroll, Luers escaping with that win. That was a shock to everybody around the city and the SAC to see that happen. So, Carroll wants some revenge here tonight.
Carroll at the top of the SAC as it stands now, 2-0 in the conference, 7-1 overall. Carroll and Homestead at the top, near the top of the state as well. And Luers has some games to fill on the schedule. This is just their 6th game and the first since December 29th, but they haven't missed a beat. Floater from Jackson, a little bit too strong. Thompson in transition. Nayland jumps into a layup that is altered.
Wow.
In transition, Preston puts it up and he's fouled. He went up with 2. Was he trying to dunk?
I think so. I think he wanted that.
He didn't understand that there was somebody trailing.
Nice outlet pass, and yeah, he wanted to. Yeah. He wanted to get up for that dunk. I think he just got hit a little bit, and as he was jumping, it just caused him to alter that a little bit.
I think he also said, "Oh, I'm too close."
I don't know. Maybe he hasn't dunked in a high school game yet. So sometimes when you do go up for your first attempt or haven't had one, yeah, it looks and feels differently than just doing it in practice.
Backhand is home. You ever botch a dunk in a high school game or college game?
Not in a high school game, but yes.
In a college game?
Definitely had a few in college games that, I did not. That did not look well.
Nick is fouled.
For any photograph.
Who did you hear it most from? From the coach or from your teammates?
Teammates. Oh, yeah. Always it's from the teammates. Just, I was never known for dunking. So when I would dunk, it was awesome. But then when I wouldn't, they would laugh. And that was all part of it. It never bothered me.
Yeah.
But coaches, depended too on did we win that game or lose that game?
Right.
'Cause if we won
what
that
was
game,
the situation?
Yeah, if we won that game, coaches were going to laugh it off and no big deal. If we lost that game, they were going to be pretty mad about it.
We'll get a timeout and we will step aside. 7:06 to play in the game. Luers down by just 1 to number 15, Carroll.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For over 30 years, we've treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. Schedule at any of our 19 convenient locations, even without a doctor's order. We communicate with your doctor throughout your treatment. Indiana Physical Therapy is cost-effective, accepting all insurance plans and networks. We're open from 7 to 7 and can get you in the same day you call. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Luers family, Luers fans, if you enjoy this broadcast brought to you by the Never End Sports Network, be sure to sponsor us. Get in touch with the Luers Athletic Director for more information so you can keep seeing your Luers nights here on YouTube. Notable state rankings, you've got Carroll sitting in the top 20. Homestead is the other SAC team in the top couple.
Yeah, that's it'd be interesting to see with Homestead if they can maintain that ranking. Just because you're going to play a Carroll team, and it's going to be a really good matchup, and it's going to be at Carroll, pretty sure, and that'll be a fun one to watch because Coach Beasley's going to do a really nice job of having his team prepared for a team like Homestead. So, but if Homestead gets through that gauntlet and they get through their sectional and on to regionals, I mean, they're going to be a team that can really make a run. But then you're going to have teams like Carroll. You're going to have teams like your Dwayne, any SAC teams that's going to try to stop Homestead from that. I know Lincoln out just checked out and did a really nice job when he was in there for Carroll. Was a offensive rebound putback, and then was a really big body underneath for them on the defensive end when they're in their 2-3 zone.
Nick Thompson can't hit. Berkey with the rebound. The 135-pound Cody Berkey spelling 6'8" Logan Lankenau. I don't think you can differ more. Striker catches in the mid-range. Open on the wing. Air ball. Striker track. Last touch off number 55 in blue. Luers can take the lead on this possession. 2-3 on the year. Their 3 losses have come to top 10 teams in Indiana. Got number 15 on the ropes at home. Inside, North gets one to jump. Late foul call.
Stay down, stay down, stay down.
And North did a nice job of standing his ground, waiting for the defender to fall on him.
Yeah, that's just, you know, something you're taught from a little kid growing up is to use a shot fake, and he did a nice job of it there, and Carroll fell for it, and foul was called.
So even though the shot goes up here, he lands and he got contact.
Yep.
Can't hit on the back end, but we got a tie game between Carroll and Luers. Hitchcock swings it to the corner. 3 is home for Ryan Preston.
Talk about confidence in a guy. This previous possession, he airballs a 3, comes back, no hesitation, and drains it. That's a really good shooter to have that, to not hesitate on that next possession and knock it down.
North can't respond. It was halfway home.
Yeah, those are tough.
Foul in the backcourt.
Yeah,
Samari Bates.
That's tough to see that. Got a nice look and halfway down and just couldn't finish it off.
Fonzo not happy with the foul in the backcourt. Bates picked up his 3rd personal on the reach in. Jackson has it stripped. Nayland, no look feed to Nick. Luers back within 1. You think those two have practiced that before?
Oh, yeah. That's what, you know, Coach White is looking for him to do. And
intercepted by Nayland again. Loses it. Not happy with himself. When you're getting looked at the highest level of college basketball, you have to assume that you got to hold yourself to the highest standard, and he certainly does. You know, that was it was a dribbling move that didn't necessarily pan out for him, and Carroll's got the basketball when we come back up 1.
Welcome to Indiana Physical Therapy.
At Indiana Physical Therapy, our patients have had 20% greater functional scores for effectiveness, top 15% in utilization, with PTs ranking in the top % nationally.
Are you getting any of this?
Certified orthopedic manual therapists, giving the patients optimal outcomes.
What he's saying is that Indiana Physical Therapy will get you feeling better, faster, and will get you back to your lives.
Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Luers fans, if you're enjoying this broadcast of Bishop Luers and Carroll, be sure to become a sponsor. In order to do so, contact Kevin Godfroy at 260-456-1261.
Yeah, just want to thanks to Never Ends for doing this. They do a really nice job, and tune in and become a sponsor, and they can keep producing really nice events like they have tonight.
And they love their Luers Nights.
Yes, they do.
So help them love their Luers Nights. 5 minutes remain in the game. Carroll up by 1. Pass intercepted. So cerebral, Nayland Thompson to his brother Nick. Foul, count it.
Called a block, wow. And just like that, there's Luers takes the lead.
Foul number 15, Cameron Hitchcock is 4th, team 5th.
There's always the question when you hear the whistle, but Cameron Hitchcock just didn't have his feet set.
No, yeah, he didn't. He was still sliding when he got into Thompson there.
Nick Thompson can't make.
expect to get something here for Coach Beasley to run something up for Jalen Jackson if they can't get an open three like this.
Berkey can't connect.
Let's see if they can run a
Thompson to Zay, and Isaac Zay went down very hard.
Number 11, Jalen Jackson, his second, team 6.
Jalen Jackson hit with the foul. Isaac Zay went up.
That's tough, yeah. They were both going for the ball. And
it was a 50-50 ball.
Yeah. And it looked ugly. And
Isaac Zay is up, and he's all good. Nailing for 3. Luers up by 4. This would be a heck of a win for Fonzo White and the Luers Knights. They left Preston open, got a defender in the air, and put it in.
Really look to see Carroll try to turn it up defensively here and get down to their roots and be really active defensively. But then on the other hand, there hasn't been an answer for Nayland this half. So I expect to see him get going too.
Zay from the corner. No good. Long rebound to Nick. North walked.
Davon Dowdy back in the game for Luers.
Davon Dowdy will check in for Amari Bates. And Jalen Jackson will take it across half court, or so we think. Draws a double team, and he throws it high to Preston. Timeout, Marty Beasley.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get a set run there, and I don't think they could get into it, so I think he's going to draw something up there to get exactly what he wants. And they need something. They need a bucket.
What did Fonzo White do defensively there to stifle that?
Just their pressure. It's kind of how his nature and preaching is get up there and pressure the guards. That kind of took him out of it.
They've got a top 20 team in Carroll, down by 2 at their place with 4 minutes to go. Carroll staring up. They see Blackhawk Christian, who, by the way, Luers travels to tomorrow. That game's at 7:30. Then you got Homestead in the SAC, and everybody's staring up at Carmel.
Yeah, the Carroll's on the ropes here.
He did striker, and he was being held by Dowdy.
Yeah, that was the right call. And it looked like Coach Beasley drew up what he wanted. They would have got it if he didn't get held. That was going to be an easy layup, but foul was called. It kind of might help Luers there.
Inbound Jackson goes up with some oomph.
Yeah, strong finish there by Jalen Jackson. Able
Tied
to
at
grab
45.
it and accelerate up.
Pass intercepted by Jackson. Nayland was looking to the corner, and Isaac Zay. Feed to a cutting Jackson. Count it!
It makes a player, for one, that's really smart IQ on Jalen's part, and it makes a player like him extremely special where he gets it. He's running without the ball to the basket. That is one of the most underestimated plays in the game is running without the ball or moving without the ball, and especially getting right to the basket.
And it just looked like Luers got crossed up there. There was no blue jersey in there to set an off-ball screen. They just kind of ran into each other, and Jalen freed himself up.
Yeah, well, and that part of that is too. Is you always teach when your man has the ball and he passes it, you jump to the ball. And Luers' defender didn't do that, and Jalen was able to get in front of him, which kind of created that open space. So we say basketball's a game of runs, right?
Yeah.
Luers went on a run there to take the lead. Now Carroll's on a run to take the lead back.
That's a one-man run.
And then there's a run to tie it.
Nayland Thompson. Amen.
Yeah, he is putting the team on his back and carrying them the second half. And, you know, as Coach Beasley, it's sometimes you can't. You just clap and say, nice shot there.
Inside, Jackson, pirouette through. He's fouled.
Yeah, he's really, you can see he's determined to win this game for Carroll. He's being really aggressive, and they're really looking for him right around that free throw line.
We were keying in on Sam Stryker in the first half for Carroll, but Jalen Jackson is taking over in the same way that Nayland Thompson has on the other side.
Yeah, especially these last 5 minutes. Jalen is really taking it over, and I think Coach Beasley was able to find him in the right spots and have the right plays for him.
Throw clangs out, but an offensive rebound, and a nice one leads to a Stryker put in.
Those are what you call winning basketball plays. Late in the game, offensive rebound off a missed free throw for a bucket. If you're Luers, you have to come up with those every possession now.
Zay takes it in. Ball hits the deck, picked up by Castater. Stryker got two in the air. No good. Rebound snared by Nick Thompson. Nayland from way deep. It's just fun when he's feeling it.
Yeah, it is. You can tell now the crowd's getting into it, and time to dig deep here, both teams.
Jackson inside, blocked by Thompson, but a foul.
His fourth.
Hard take inside by Jalen Jackson.
Jalen Jackson.
Nayland
got
Thompson
him with the lower body there.
Yeah.
You know, live it looked clean, but you look at the replay, and he got him with the lower body.
We don't have that angle live. Beauty of television.
That's right.
We had a feeling that Luers could keep it competitive.
Yep.
I don't know if we were thinking this competitive.
Yeah, especially the way the game started. Carroll getting off to a double-digit lead and kind of looked like they would be able to smooth sail it the way Luers was playing. And credit to Luers. They fought, got themselves to a tie game here. With a minute 20 to go.
Zay, the ball handler. Now to the guy Luers wants the basketball in the hands of before Fonzo White calls timeout.
You could tell he was screaming, move, 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 move. And they got the ball in, and they weren't moving. So I'm sure he was unhappy about that. So he calls the timeout to get something set up to tell them what the movements need to be.
One more break. You will not leave us. I promise.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For over 30 years, we've treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. Schedule at any of our 19 convenient locations, even without a doctor's order. We communicate with your doctor throughout your treatment. Indiana Physical Therapy is cost-effective, accepting all insurance plans and networks. We're open from 7 to 7 and can get you in the same day you call. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy to get you back to work, play, and life. Call us today.
Something's got to give in the final 61 seconds of game action. We're tied at 51. Carroll, the number 15 team in the state, number 4 in the Fort Wayne metro area. On the road. Luers not just hanging with them.
You know, I would say if you came to this game, you got your money's worth. Yeah. But I don't think anybody played, since I think it was all, or any fans paid, because I think it was all comp due to the COVID rules. So it doesn't matter. You're getting your money's worth. You're getting your time's worth in this game here.
Time is money on the baseline, north. Back out to Nayland Thompson. If Nayland keeps up his trend, he will be the second leading scorer all time in Luers history when this season is over, when his career is over here. And we get a timeout by Fonzo White with 14.9.
Yeah, that was interesting. Coach Beasley's upset there was no 5 seconds.
30-second timeout. Bishop Luers.
Yeah, you mentioned that Nayland could become the second all-time behind Deshaun Thomas. Man, he one special player here. You know, was fortunate to play with him in it was my senior year. It was like a top 60 workout. You get invited to these workouts, and it was me and him. We got paired up onto the same team for a scrimmage there, and man, I thought I was a good high school player, and I was going to play Division I, but man, he was on a different level. He was one special. I mean, Luers fans, I'm sure they saw a treat when he played here.
Watching him, and especially the tandem of him and Aaron Kraft at Ohio State, Kraft being the polar opposite offensively to Deshaun Thomas, I mean, he was the best isolation and catch-and-shoot guy the Big Ten has seen in recent memory.
Absolutely.
Final 10 seconds of this game. Nayland Thompson, who might be number 2, has the ball with 5. Nayland Thompson dribbles into the corner. At the buzzer, shot is blocked, no foul, and we will see overtime.
I'm glad they didn't call the foul there. Let them play. They played all game. 2 teams battling it. Why not go to OT?
Everybody in the gym knew that Nayland Thompson was going to take this shot, so there are 3 Carroll jerseys around him. Tied at 51. This has been the Nayland Thompson show for Bishop Luers, predominantly in the second half.
Yeah, it has. He has put on a show here in the second half to get his team back into it. Then on the other side, Jalen Jackson has done a really nice job of getting his team, quote unquote, back into it when they were down.
Jackson's got 19. Nayland Thompson has 29 points. That 20-point third quarter was what propelled Luers right back into this game.
And I think at half, Nayland had 9 points at half. So he's got 20 here in the second half, and he turned to switch.
Hit 2 late long-range triples. Guys ready for the extended three-point arc when he gets to the D1 level.
Yeah, we just got to look out for here. Nayland's got 4 fouls, so he's got to play smart here in this overtime and not pick one up early.
Cam Hedgecock lost it, but Stryker picked it up. Nifty dribbles.
I think he caught it and passed it before they could even make the call.
Inside, Jackson, jab step, up, no, but a foul.
Tough to guard. He's able to jab the defender, and then he jumps into the defender without giving the defender a chance to stay solid, and that's going to be a foul every time.
That's Nick Thompson's 4th.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing to watch here. This next minute or 2.
3 Knights on the floor with 4. Both Thompsons and Amari Bates. Only guy on the floor with 4 for Carroll is Cameron Hedgecock, the senior. Jackson puts the Chargers up by 2. Thompson inside, dishes off, and he's rewarded for it. IHSAA.
Yeah, that's right there. That's a key of everybody keen in on nailing there.
Yeah.
You know, they're expecting him to get the shot up. You lose. You're not guarding Nayland. You're guarding Zay, and you lose track of him. Boom, and then Nayland's able to find him.
Because it's hypnotic, right?
Yeah.
It's similar to what James Harden does.
Yeah.
Everybody gets fooled into thinking that Harden will be the guy to take the shot regardless of what happens. And
absolutely.
So he gets 10 assists a game.
And it makes it hard to play defense because of that. You tell him, hey, you got to watch every man. You got to guard your man, but then also you're zoned in on Nayland so much that something like that can happen.
Lead taken right back thanks to Ryan Preston. Bates hard inside, lost the ball, last touch off of him. Timeout by Marty Beasley and the Chargers. They're up by 2. Went to OT, tied at 51.
Yeah.
What are you writing up?
Yeah, so Coach Beasley, he called a timeout. It looks like he's got an assistant drawing up a play. They're going to draw something up special to try to go get a go-to basket or something that Luers maybe has never seen before that they've practiced all week to get a bucket to try to extend that lead from a 1-possession game to a 2-possession game.
You assume that Luers is going to put on a full court press?
Yeah, I assume so. You know, they've done it quite a bit here in the second half and into overtime. So, yeah, I expect them to come out and start in that full court press. I don't think they'll do anything crazy out of it, but I think they'll start in that and you know, get back into their half court defense.
Michael Kibalowski, I'm Jack McMullen. We've got one double-digit scorer for Luers. It's Nayland Thompson with 29. Carroll's spreading the wealth out a little bit more. They've got 3 in double digits, paced by 21 from Jalen Jackson. In all, it results in a 2-point Carroll lead. Stryker and Preston each have 15. The other 2 members of the starting 5 have combined for 2 points. There's 22 and 23 for Jalen Jackson.
That was their design set motion. There's some movement on the backside. They faked a pick for Jalen, and he was able to deny it and take it to the rim.
Last touch off Isaac Zay. With 1:36 to go in the overtime period, you just have a feeling that this is a must-stop possession.
Yeah, it is if you're Luers. You have to get a stop here, and you have to get a quick bucket.
Preston inside, has his pocket picked. Last touch, Nick Thompson.
Yeah, I expect to see Carroll try to hold it for a while here, and then try to never mind. Love how that works.
Nailing in transition. Zay lost the handle, picked up by Hedgecock in transition. Stryker waits and hits. Six-point game. North can't make it 3. And a foul. Cody Berkey will shoot. Devon Doty in for Amari Bates. And before the second free throw for Berkey, a timeout taken by Marty Beasley. So 50 seconds to go. This can put Carroll up by 8. We went to overtime, tied at 51. A 9-2 run in the last 4 minutes, 10 seconds of play.
Yeah, you can see they turned it up a notch on the defensive end. Were able to get some stops. They got a couple leak-out buckets, but then they also had a couple plays down here that they ran that Luers wasn't prepared for, and they were able to score on. That's kind of just separated that lead.
Hard-fought game for Luers. There's still, that chance to come back, but they've got a doozy of a matchup tomorrow at Blackhawk Christian at 7:30. They are the number 1 team in the class of 2A, number 6 overall, and then you get into a lot of league play. Dwenger, Concordia, Wayne, Northrop, Snyder, all on the road.
Yeah, I look at this mark from 119, so Lakewood Park, down to 126 versus Norwell. You've got 4 games in a week.
Yeah,
that's a pivotal stretch for Luers to be able to climb out of that. They can climb out of that 4-0. That really builds some momentum on the back half of the season.
Fonzo White told us after these 2 games, Friday against Carroll, Saturday against Blackhawk Christian, that they would start to know their identity after those 2. Thompson inside. No good. Rebounded Jackson. Not fouling. Ball popped out. Nayland picks it up, and his foot was on the sideline as he slipped.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You did such a good job of getting there, and then your feet slip. That's tough.
Stryker inside, contested lay-in, good. Sam Stryker up to 19 points. Pass intercepted with 20 seconds to go. Berkey's trapped. Jackson's got a cross, and he does. Playing keep away, and Doty fouls.
Yeah, I tell you what, very impressed with Luers tonight, the way they battled and fought. Any team that plays them the rest of the season, you better be prepared for them, because they can come in any night with the talent they have and knock an opponent off if you're sleeping.
This was a lot closer than a 10-point game.
Yeah, it was. It really was. But it was a really good game, and I don't mind overtime basketball. It shows these 2 teams fought hard. They fought hard all the way to the end. And
Nayland can't get it. We will go final. Carroll, the victors by 11. 64-53, your final. Luers falls to 2-4. Carroll to 8-1. Final thoughts before we wrap up?
Really nice job on Carroll's part in the overtime period to extend their lead, obviously, and to pull out the dub. And like I just said, Luers is it's going to be don't sleep on them in the SAC, and you can't sleep on them any night going forward, because they have the ability and the playmakers to knock you off any night.
So for Michael, I'm Jack. Huge thank you for the Never End Sports Network, Doug and Lana Ferguson. You've got Tim Badgema and the rest of our crew. This has been a hey guys. This has been a fantastic night of basketball. Unfortunately, 2 Luers losses. 10 points to Carroll in the girls' game. And then in the nightcap on the boys' side, 64-53, your final, Carroll over Luers. Carroll next in action tomorrow at New Haven, and the Bishop Luers Knights next in action at Blackhawk Christian, a top 10 team in the state of Indiana, at 7:30. So like I mentioned, he's Michael. I'm Jack. Your final, Carroll by 11.